Are you committed? Because without commitment, nothing happens. If you're not committed, you're not going to make it. You have to be committed through the storm and the rain and the heartache and the pain and the disappointment, or you're not going to make it. It's a commitment. It's not a feeling.
Why is it that people are frightened by commitment? Because when you say the word commitment, that intimidates a lot of people. Why? Because it means you have to deliver. See, most people, you ask them, hey, look here, I'd like for you to do this. And they'll say, I'll try. I'll try means that is my escape clause. When I don't come through, it's really a polite no. I don't have the courage to tell you no, so I'll tell you I'll try. Most people like to use that language. They don't want to commit themselves because commitment means, among many things, no excuse is acceptable. No excuse that if you decided that you're going to do this, if it becomes hard, then do it hard. If it's difficult, so what? If it's inconvenient, so what? See, a lot of people made a commitment to come here tonight, but they looked outside and said, it's raining. The temperature dropped. It's cold outside. And they decide to give up on their commitment. And that's how people do about their dreams.
When you're committed to an outcome, there are no excuses. There are no stories. There are no reasons not to achieve it. But if you're interested in an outcome, you will do what's convenient. You'll come up with excuses, stories, reasons to support your convenience desire. And so here's my question for you. Are you interested or are you committed?
The universe responds to the man or woman that refuses to be denied. You've got to be willing to stand there and face disappointment, not have support, doubt yourself sometimes, be rejected again and again and again, and refuse to turn around until life gives it up. Nothing can resist a person that has that kind of commitment.
Keep focusing on your dream. Keep going after the dream, because that's where true success is. I will not give up. I will not surrender. I will not quit. This is your year. Are you hearing me?
You know, I became a great counselor when I became a great listener. And it's not so much what you do on stage, but counseling couples will teach you to be a great translator. You know, she's not saying that. What she's really saying is, you know, and I found myself like I was at the United Nations translating between two people who live together. They live together, they sleep together, they have sex together, they make babies together, but they don't talk together. And a lot of times, that's why divorce is so painful, because sometimes you divorce over what you didn't understand, not because you didn't care. And it's a slow, painful death that takes longer than it does for the ink to dry. It's going to go on for a long time because you often walked away from somebody who had what you needed, but they didn't know how to give it, or didn't understand that you needed it. And I've watched this happen so much that after you bury enough relationships and bury enough people, and then you have to realize that I see people when life gets serious, when a baby's born mongoloid, when somebody's dying of COVID, when somebody's about to get married or somebody's about to get buried. And there's something about those types of situations where people get real. So I don't meet your pretender, your ambassador, your representative, your facade, your camouflage. I get to meet you when you're raw. And that helps a lot. So you don't have to necessarily go out here and be a preacher to do this. But when people are raw, don't run. Most of us, when somebody's really hurting or somebody died or they're going through a divorce, we run. Don't run from them, run into them. And don't come to fix them, just to listen. Because the best thing you can do as a friend is to listen. And I guarantee you, your words of encouragement will be helpful and whatever you do will be nice, but you will leave with more than what you gave, because you will learn something about the human experience that you can use over and over again, and that will help you with your own pathology and your own issues, because we're not far removed from each other, not nearly as far removed as the press would have us think. We live in a polarized society where I didn't come up in that way. We had the 6 o'clock news. Everybody heard the same news. Everybody was exposed to the same truth. We might have had different opinions about it, but we had one centralized feeding station. Now, you can get news in your flavor. It's like Baskin Robbins, you know. So you can get news. You don't like Rocky Road? Come on over here and get some of this strawberry. And then the worst part about it is, then you think that strawberry is absolute. And because we have 24-hour news cycles, because we build a world that technology begins to follow you and through algorithms associates you with your interests, it starts pushing to you information that further supports whatever you were Googling about, until after a while, this false reality, like the whole world thinks this way. And then when you get out there and you're not, and the cookies aren't directing certain things to you, and you run into the real world, you're aghast. How could you think that? You know, look at how many things we have created to divide us, and how few things we have created to unite us. And communication actually unites us. So when I say don't drop the mic, if women had dropped the mic, they wouldn't have had the right to vote. If Dr. King had dropped the mic, we would still be living up under Jim Crow. If Abraham Lincoln had dropped the mic, we would still be in slavery. You know, look at all the times that somebody saying something changed our reality and our perception of normal.
Whatever your answer is, you can do it right now, today, starting today, right? It's still possible. You can start doing that right now. It's empowering the present with the future. There is nothing stopping you from making it happen right now. You don't have to feel that way when you're 70. You don't have to feel that way when you're 80. You never, ever have to feel that way if you start doing it right now. And you can do it right now. Even if it feels impossible, you can start working on it right now. You can start trying right now. You can start making plans right now, because you're not there yet.
All that thinking, that overthinking, that thinking too big. Thinking big is about dreams. Thinking big is about goals. Thinking big is about your heart and your soul and figuring out what you want. Then once you do that and you think big and you see where you're headed, boom, you gotta come back and you gotta go brick by brick to make that vision stick.
The future, we don't know. The past, it's gone. Now, the only thing you can deal with is what's right here, right now. And if you look, the sand is always moving. Point is this. This is all we've got right here, right now. We don't know how much we have left in the future, but we do know what we've got now. And I have found the people that win are the people who make up their mind. They're not going to waste the minutes. They're going to be productive. They're going to make it happen every minute.
Most people half-ass half their life all the time. I knew they were going to get tired. They were going to flinch. They were going to get down. They quit improving themselves. They start sleeping in, but keep getting wide. I'm going to stay relentless. Don't give in to the fears. Don't give in to the setbacks. You're going to have failure. It's part of the game.
Whether you did it consciously or unconsciously, but it's happening, isn't it? Openness is on every subatomic particle, is in communication with everything. That's why this is going on. Breath is happening, so much is happening in connection with everything. It is only in openness you're alive. As you close doors, You're dying in installments.
The fact that nobody's watching is utterly irrelevant to me. It has everything to do with myself. Now, the reason that this is important, the reason that I think that people need to do this is because that's how you shape your behavior. So, like water, over time can create the Grand Canyon, or you can take a polishing rock and shape stones. You can shape your personality. You can certainly shape your identity and shape your behaviors if you learn how to reward and punish yourself. A lot of people don't want to hear that. That is the truth of the human condition.